right, so coming back to plotting points, our next example is when we need to name our points. So we're going to start with, go back, point B, which is in the second quadrant. And I know that being in the second quadrant, that means I'm going to have a negative and then a positive. And so then I'm going to count from the origin how many to the left. So we're between the -4 and the 6, so that's -5. So we're left 5. I'm going to count up, and we're at 7. And we go up. So our answer is -5, 7. And again, this is in the second quadrant. And you're not going to have to give a point and say what quadrant it's in, but I want you to hear those quadrants over and over so that you understand the quadrants as well as where we find points. All right, so point C is found in the first quadrant, which means we're going to have a positive answer. And my x value is 10. So I have 10, comma, and then my y value, come up here, my y value is between the 4 and the 6, which means 5. So we have 10, comma 5, and like I said before, we are in the first quadrant. Point D, that's down here in the third quadrant. Because it's the third quadrant, that means we have a negative, right? We're going left and down. So we're going left 10 and we're going down 8. So -10, comma -8 is our coordinate for point B or point D. And again, that's in that third quadrant. Point E is in the fourth quadrant. And so we're going to have a positive, comma, a negative answer. We are +1 and then -1. So we go right 1, down 1, and that's where E is. And then F is again in the first quadrant, and which is positive. And so we go right 2, up 2, so 2, comma 2, and those are the 5 points for that quadrant. So that's how we name points. It's the opposite of graphing a point. I just need to know what my x value is and what my y value is. And so I tend to think from the origin. You can also start at the point and say, okay, well, what is the x value where we are? What is the y value where we are? Either one will work. And that is it for plotting points. So until next time, 8th graders.